All right, welcome back to the channel. So it looks like George Kambosos Jr. versus Vasily Lomachenko could be happening on June 5th if Vasily Lomachenko gets approved by the minister of the country, whatever, to leave the Ukraine to go fight George Kambosos Jr. in the States and also in Australia because of the two-fight deal. I'm going to break it down for y'all. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. Please sure that you like and subscribe to the channel to get all your latest boxing news. With that being said, it looks like George Kambosos Jr. could be fighting Vasily Lomachenko on June 5th. I believe it's going to be happening in, I think it could be happening in Australia or Las Vegas in the States. But with that being said, this is one of the most cowardly moves I have ever seen from a grown man in Vasily Lomachenko. He's obviously going to leave his family behind, whoever, and not to defend his country. Vasily Lomachenko basically took that picture, him holding the gun next to a man, thinking that he was serving his country, but really he's not. He's not even in the front lines of the war. He's just there to assist people out of the country, in my opinion. This man is obviously a coward of a man. You're going to leave your own home country just for a damn boxing match against George Kambosos Jr. Well, there's two sides to this reason. One, I just think that he needs the money to give back to his country if he's going to do that. Or two, or he's going to try to give him enough money to get his family out of the country or somewhere. He probably does have enough money. But it makes no sense on why this fight is happening. We heard numerous of times that Lou DiBella and George Kambosos Jr. team had no interest of fighting Devin Haney because they feel like Devin Haney is an email champion. Devin Haney's not a big star. Devin Haney didn't look exciting and stuff like that. George Kambosos Jr. was never going to fight Devin Haney. He just basically clout chased off his name. He tried to get a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis until Gervonta Tank Davis says to F your belts, I'll fight you without the belts and still knock you out. Then he started to change his tune to go to Ryan Garcia. We heard that Lou DiBella had called Robert Garcia instead of Robert Diaz to make a fight with Ryan Garcia. Well, he's not getting the Ryan Garcia fight because Ryan Garcia has a fight with Emmanuel Tago, and he's not looking to fight the best opposition because Ryan Garcia is basically a social media star, and the question begs to differ is he has not turned those Instagram followers into dollars. So it leaves him on the table with Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. He was going to take the Lomachenko route anyway because this man a week ago stated that he was going to willing to wait for Vasily Lomachenko and stuff like that. He never was going to fight Devin Haney. When Devin Haney agreed to all the terms and stuff like that, this man has not signed a contract after telling Devin Haney to get vaccinated and stuff like that, come to Australia and stuff like that. And then he posted on his social media about a guy that I watch in BFTB Boxing, stating that tell your email champion not to get on airplanes and stuff like that. I forgot the whole text, but he was criticizing BFTB on this subject. Well, first of all, I want to address this as well. George Kambosos Jr., in my opinion, is a full-blown racist. Him and his girl. Any person that says I'm getting N-word with my man in the sun, that is one of the most racist things I have ever heard. I didn't make a video on it because I just knew it was flat out racist. George Kambosos Jr. talked all this smack about how Teofimo Lopez was using the N-word against Devin Haney and saying no to racism. But your girl, it doesn't matter if the photo was 9 years ago. That is still 100% racist. I don't care if she's mixed with Algerian, a little bit of African. Her skin is not black, and she is considered a racist, a full-blown racist. And George Kambosos Jr. is a full-blown racist because he support a full-blown racist within his girlfriend. With that being said, this fight between Vasily Lomachenko and George Kambosos Jr. seems to be happening on June 5th if they decide to get a deal done. We heard Bob Arum was willing to mandate this fight with George Kambosos Jr. and Vasily Lomachenko, and now George Kambosos Jr. got his wish. But this is a two-fight deal, and It will have, I believe one will be in the States and one will be in Australia, or both fights will be in Australia. I have to do a little bit more research from what I heard. And this is one of the biggest ducks I have ever seen in my entire life. Everybody is afraid of Devin Haney. I'm going to say it at this point. Everybody's afraid of Devin Haney. Devin Haney worked hard to get where he's at in a position where these guys have no choice but to fight him. And these guys don't want to fight him at all. And it's just sad at the end of the day. And this is a case where, Devin Haney is going to have to make an option or a choice. He's going to either have to move up to 140 pounds or stay at 120, not 125, 135 and try to run everybody out the division until he could get the big fights. In my opinion, I think Devin Haney should move up because these guys ain't going to fight him. Obviously, they're going to want to fight for that belt when Devin Haney vacates the belt and stuff like that. It obviously makes no sense why these guys are ducking Devin Haney. If Devin Haney ain't got all the skill, if Devin Haney ain't got no power and stuff like that, why you guys just won't fight him at the end of the day? It makes absolutely no sense why this man has been ducked for a very, very long time. And now we're about to get a fight of the two most cowardly men in the entire boxing entire boxing world, in my opinion. You got a guy with Vasily Lomachenko who they praise as a super hype job, which he's had gotten a title shot within his third fight and got beat by a journeyman within Orlando Salido. Why should Lomachenko get these many opportunities for a title shot? And he lost twice. Well, I think he lost 2 or 3 times on his record. I think he lost twice on his record. This man lost. And it makes absolutely no sense. Why is he getting all these title shots? And you got a guy within George Kambosos Jr., which I highly believe that he's going to lose against anybody who he faces. I don't think he's going to beat Vasily Lomachenko. I think he's absolutely going to lose against Vasily Lomachenko. That style will not work against Vasily Lomachenko. George Kambosos Jr. just better hope that Vasily Lomachenko has an off night because Vasily Lomachenko could either stop him or get him out of there. But be expecting George Kambosos Jr. versus Vasily Lomachenko on June 5th. And it looks like Vasily Lomachenko could be getting approved by the minister of the country to leave the Ukraine and not fight for his family and not fight for his country, to fight George Kambosos Jr. for some weak-ass boxing match in Australia or in the States that half of the people is not going to even buy for real. So, with that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.